Do you remember when gaming was colourful, fun, and filled with exploding barrels? It's time to let the good times roll again. We're making retro gaming simple, easy, and accessible. Our app gives you access to hundreds of the best retro games, which you can stream to play on demand. And that library will grow rapidly into thousands. You can play on console, on PC, on tablet, on set-top box. Cross-play, pick up and play. Compete in challenges, climb leaderboards, join a community. It's the ultimate in retro gaming without any fiddly emulators, micro consoles, downloads, or having to blow on a cartridge to make it work. This is Antstream, and we're revolutionising retro gaming.
Just like Netflix or Spotify, once you have the app installed, you can click and play any game instantly. It's streamed from the cloud, so there's nothing to download and no special hardware required.
The reactions have been amazing so far when you're talking about Antstream. The minute someone realises that they can play the games they love instantly in their own home on any device, it's just been brilliant to see how engaged people are and how much they want to get their hands on this product as soon as possible.
There wasn't really any delay or lag from the inputs.
I was trying some of the challenges in there and it got very, very competitive.
It's actually blown me away. The nostalgia hit that I got is incredible. I can see this doing great things.
Antstream. Join a community. Join the future of retro gaming.
So I first realised there was a demand for something like Antstream about 4 years ago when I was at a mobile gaming conference. And people were queuing up for one game, but that wasn't mobile games, that was an old arcade cabinet in the corner. And I realised when I saw who was in the aisle, it wasn't just gamers over 30, it was gamers of all ages just getting really excited about these classic games. One of the great features of Antstream is the challenges system.
You can play against your friends, but you can also challenge them. You can take that globally and see how you're doing worldwide. You can keep an eye on what games they're playing and what achievements they've got over you. And I think that's adding a really good dynamic to bringing retro gaming to a new generation.
One thing that's really important was to create a legitimate service. I wanted to make sure that every time somebody is playing a game, the owner of that game is getting paid.
I'm really looking forward to playing games that I couldn't play when I was younger. Some of them were out before I was born, others I just didn't play because I wasn't allowed a console until I was PS2 era. So for me it's going to be really good to get hands-on with stuff that I've heard people talk about but have never experienced myself.
Well, classic games of old were played on a variety of devices. The technology that Antstream has created has made them very user-friendly. So the fact that you can play on a touchscreen is just amazing.
We've already secured over 2,000 games. We have over 400 games ready to play from day one, and we'll be constantly adding new games and challenges on a weekly basis.
We all know that gamers love collectibles. All gamers like to have something to show how far they've progressed and what they've managed to achieve. Whether it's logging in from your first day to playing 100 games to completing a certain challenge, you're always going to have that log of just exactly what you've managed to achieve.
One of the things people worry about with cloud gaming is the latency. The latency is how long it takes from pressing a button to seeing the action happen on the screen. And that's something we've worked really, really hard on to make sure we've got some of the lowest latency available in cloud gaming today.
The team here in the studio are absolutely amazing. They're so passionate about what they do. They love retro games and they love the fact that they can bring these retro games to an audience through these devices.
I love the fact that you can just you just load the app and you just play. There's no faff, it's just instant fun.
My favourite feature of Antstream is actually the challenges because it adds another dimension to the old classic games.
Definitely the challenges, it absolutely revolutionises the way you can play the games.
There's always new titles coming in to test and see how they handle on different platforms.
Working with the games that I loved when I was a kid and making them better.
When it comes to older games, I think there's a lot of stuff out there that it's a shame it's not being played, and it's just great to get it exposed to as many people as possible.
The wizardry that they do is far beyond anything I can understand, but watching it come to life is just the best experience because they are great at what they do.
Creating Antstream has been an amazing journey. I've got to travel to Japan, to America, all over the UK, and I've met some amazing people, including some veterans who've created some of the best games ever created. I've also got to build an amazing team and find people who are really passionate about retro and get them all together to create an amazing product.
Ultimately, this will be a one-stop shop for every game available on the planet, so what's not to like about that?